Card 35, light rising in the east. Interesting. And this card has a very antiquated looking feminine appearing person with short wavy blonde hair. I'm just going to use she, her pronoun, but apply it how it fits. It's feminine. It could be a feminine aspect of you. It doesn't have to be a woman. It's just what the card looks like, okay? It's how it's presenting. She's got this like far away look on her face, and shooting off to the side is, well, it kind of looks like peacock feathers, the tops that almost look like little hearts. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're like the black part, not the pretty part that everybody thinks of when you think of peacocks. It looks like that, or some kind of plant, maybe like an ivy. I think there is an ivy plant that looks like a heart shooting off to the side, and there's this beige background. And again, these colors are very antiquated, very sepia tone. I get this feeling it's like somebody kind of stuck in time, and there are these things going on in the background that are growing, and this could represent thoughts. Again, east can represent air element, which can represent intellect, right? The card's name is light rising in the east, so perhaps shining a light on your intellect, shining a light on your thoughts. This person seems to be very disconnected and not really aware, so some of you would definitely benefit from mindfulness practices. So the card says, light is returning to your world. This positive resurgence will evoke renewed enthusiasm and divine enrichment. The rising dawn encourages you to embrace your potential and initiate positive action, exchanging doubt for hope. All blessings, opportunities, answers, and instructions will be provided. You will take your next steps with confidence and clarity. Consider this your divine invitation to the forthcoming celebration of meaningful renewal. That was super inspirational and beautiful. Wow, that was incredible. That's also what can happen when you open your mind to the possibility of things turning out a different way than you expected, transforming your thoughts, right? We talk about that here on this channel. Again, subscribe if you're interested. All right, the second card might resonate with others. Again, this is the Medicine Heart Oracle. Card 19, Lu, L-U. I'm going to describe the card first. And I have not pulled either of these, so when I'm reading into them, I haven't gotten acquainted with their literature yet, okay? This card, there's a lot going on with this card, but it is essentially, again, a feminine-looking person. We'll just say a woman who is in the center of the card. She's got this big, crazy brown braided hair. There are two deer heads sticking out. They look very alive, and one kind of facing each direction. Above that there are 3 blue jays, one at the top, one on one antler of one on the other. Blue jays could be significant, deer could be significant. I see sigils in the foreheads of these different deer. One represents, they both represent earth actually. So again, this very grounding energy here. Also the feminine is associated with the earth energy. For some of you, you might have Taurus or Virgo prominent placements in your chart you may want to look at. Above her head and these deer heads that are sticking out. Again, check out the community post if you want to see a picture of these cards. I'll probably pin it down in the comments, so you can just click on that link after the video premieres. It'll be down there. I'll give you a shortcut. Feel free to check out my other blogs if you want. So yeah, there is a sacred, looks like almost a lotus in geometric form above her head. It's got a red outline and a golden tone within the leaves. Behind her is different shades of beige and brown, faint other patterns in the background, and almost this bullseye target, but not quite in the middle. She also has this very unique pattern on her forehead. She's looking down, almost like at rest in prayer. And we were talking about how feminine is the receptive. And it's interesting because air is also associated with the masculine, okay? So again, active versus receptive, balance between the two different polarities, okay? The blue jays to me represent, well, blue jays are kind of interesting. They can be very loud and very aggressive, and they're also known for, unfortunately, kicking out other birds' babies from their nests. So they can be a little bit of a bully. They can be kind of loud. I'm picking up for some of you, you had some figures in your life. I'm hearing for a select few, 3 very loud-mouthed siblings or family members who kind of pushed you around. And this caused you to be kind of in fawn mode, which is a trauma response where you don't fight, you don't flight, and it's not quite freeze. It's when you go out of your way to appease others, to pretty much where you can't be comfortable with conflict, so you're constantly letting people off the hook for their bad behavior. You see this a lot with toxic empathy, with codependency in an unhealthy way. Hey, I am a healed codependent. I am not judging you. I'm no longer codependent. It was a very long journey, but I was at one point. So like everything I'm speaking on, I speak on with empathy, okay? It's not an attack, it's not a judgment, just somebody needed to hear that. Especially if you had a few really critical, loud family members, and or you were susceptible to groups kind of criticizing you or pushing you around. Now I'm not saying that there is only negativity associated with this bird. If you know more about the blue jay and the spiritual totem associations, I would love it if you would contribute that in the comments. But that's what's coming to mind in this channel. Again, it's where you aren't comfortable with conflict, so you try to come up with a solution before, pretty much to create peace. Perhaps you were the mediator. And again, I was picking up on Libran energy. Maybe look at your Libra placements in your chart. And if you didn't know, we all have every zodiac sign in our chart. There's just different places in our chart that represent different things. So it's not all about just your sun sign. However, Libra is the mediator of the zodiac, okay? They are that harmony, that balance, that justice, right? Especially if you have Libra 4th place placements, or perhaps you have your moon in Libra. That's important for some because the moon can not only represent our emotions but also our mother influence. And the 4th house, which is typically ruled by Cancer, which is also ruled by the moon, right, is how we are at home, our family system. So if you found yourself mediating your family a lot, it could have created this internal conflict, the storm, like we see over here with the storm card. You don't see, but I see, pardon me. You felt uneasy and wanted to resolve this, right? And some of you were taught to keep the peace at all costs. I know something about that. So that can put you into the trauma responsive fawn mode. And here with like these 2 like epic masculine deer with feminine symbols on their foreheads of earth, right? It's like grounding in this heavy masculine embodiment. It's all up here in the head and the mind, again, connecting to the intellect. She's at rest, and she's at pause. She has all this heavy weight that she's carrying. This is for someone specific, I'm figuring here. Some of you carry deep shame about this pressure that you've had to carry. Perhaps it made you act in certain ways that you weren't proud of. And you're enlightened to this now. You understand. Okay? But it has also made you a target. Again, there's almost like a target symbol on this. Now, I don't know what this is going to relate to the card, but that's what I channeled in. So let's read it now, okay? And then we're going to say adios for the moment. All right? Thank you so much for being here. Lu. Also, Lu, L-U-G-H, is representative of the Celtic sun god. We were talking about sun-moon polarity with ancient certain cultures, but that just came to mind again. Okay. Different spelling than this card. It came up, however. So the card says, you will access spontaneous spurts of swift progress and rapid healing, yet you are soul-making, creating a legacy. Did I not just say legacy? Heavy family, masculine weight, right? Which we'll go into that another time. Let me finish the card. Pardon me. Let's back it up here. Yet you are soul-making, creating a legacy of sacred beauty that requires patience and persistence. Value your process and value yourself enough to set boundaries with yourself and others. Wow, I was talking about that earlier, was I not? About how sometimes we overdo out of discomfort or feeling like we need to be in our hyper masculine energy. It's about grounding into the moment and not always doing, but being more comfortable with rest, which is the receptive feminine energy, right? So again, the card says, value your process and value yourself enough to set boundaries with yourself and others. Whatever issue may be troubling your mind or heart will not last long. A protective guiding wisdom ensures your liberation and fulfillment. Interesting. A protective guiding wisdom ensures your liberation and fulfillment. What do you think that means to you? Leave it down in the comments. Thank you for being here with me today. It was a pleasure to read for you. And if you do join the community, which I don't have memberships set up yet, but one day I will, just if you subscribe and you're happy to be here, introduce yourself in the comments here or over on the blog, whatever you'd like to do. Or check out the playlist. I have the main playlist, which I'll link at the end here. It's probably already popping up, called Channeled Messages. And for all tarot readings of the long form tarot quests I do, or their shorter form versions, go to Divine With Me in the description box on the channel page. And I hope you have fun exploring.